Hello, students, and welcome to yet another class of English. Before I begin today's class, I would like to share a few inspirational lines with you. It's a good thing to be smart, and it's a good thing to be strong, but it's a better thing to be loved by many of friends. I have quoted these lines because I want each one of you to realize how important friends are in our lives. Today, we are going to learn a very interesting lesson entitled The Little Bully. In this lesson, we will talk about a boy named Hari who had no friends, and because he had no friends, his life became so miserable. Do you know of any child who teases others or pushes them around? What would you call such a child? Let's read the story The Little Bully and see how Hari, a little boy, troubles other children. Once upon a time, not so very long ago, there was a small boy called Hari. Although he wasn't very big, he was strong and he loved to tease all the boys and girls who went to school with him. What he loved to do most was to pinch. He made a big bruise appear in half a second. A bruise means a wound or a hurt. Another trick he played was pricking people with a pin. To prick means to poke. So you can guess how the children hated him. To hate someone means not to like the person. They tried pinching him back, but that was no good because he could always pinch harder. They didn't like telling their teacher because that was telling tales. To tell tales means to tell somebody else's complaints. It so happened that the class went for a picnic to the seaside for a whole day. All the children were most excited. To be excited means to be very happy. On that day, the sun shone very bright, and all the children were wild with excitement. Wild with excitement means they were extremely happy. They crowded into the train and sat down. But nobody wanted to sit next to Hari because he always pinched. When they arrived at the seaside, out jumped all the children. With a shout of joy, down to the sands they raced hand in hand. This means that when they got out of the train, they all ran down to the seashore holding one another's hands. But nobody took Hari's hand. Nobody went near him. Hari was angry. He went to a sandy corner near a rocky pool and sat down by himself. He took out his lunch and looked at it. It was a good lunch. There were 2 hard-boiled eggs, 6 jam sandwiches, 3 pieces of bread and butter, a ginger cake, and a bar of chocolate. So can you see how many things Hari had brought to eat for the picnic? He would eat it all by himself. He wouldn't offer anything to anyone. That means he would not share his food stuff with anybody else. Just as he was beginning on the eggs means just as he was about to start eating the eggs, he heard a hoarse voice. A hoarse voice means a very rough type of a voice. Good morning, I'm so pleased to meet a boy like you. Hari turned around and stared in fright. That means he started looking with a lot of fear in his eyes. Whatever do you think he saw? Hari saw a monster crab. A monster crab means a very big crab walking sideways out of the pool. His eyes were on the ends of short stalks and he looked most cure. Most cure means with a lot of interest. He held out his front claw to Hari. Hari put out his hand to shake the crab's claw. But to his surprise and anger, the crab opened its pincers and nipped his hand so hard that the little boy yelled. To yell means to shout. Ah, here is my good cousin, said the crab very pleasantly, and to Hari's horror, he saw a large sandy lobster crawling heavily out of the pool. A lobster is a very big prawn. Before the little boy could stop him, the lobster took his hand in his great pincher like claw and pinched it so hard that Hari yelled in pain. Then he stared at the pool in surprise, for out came sandy colored shrimps and prawns, more crabs, and another large lobster, and they pinched Hari till he was soon black and blue with their pinching. So, as Hari was sitting by the pool, suddenly many other fishes, prawns, and lobsters came out, and they all began to prick Hari till he became black and blue. Don't you like it? Said all the creatures in surprise. Why, we were told you would love to see us because you were a champion pincher and pricker yourself. Come, come, join in the fun. Hari leapt to his feet, crying loudly. His lunch rolled into the pool, and when the crabs and the lobsters saw it, they ran to it and began to feast eagerly. To feast eagerly means to eat very happily. Hari saw that they had forgotten him for a time, and he turned and ran for his life. Tears streaming down his cheeks. Tears streaming down his cheeks means he was crying very bitterly. They only did to me what I kept doing to the other children, he thought. But how it hurt, and how I hated those crabs and lobsters. I suppose the other children hate me too. Well, I jolly well shan't pinch or prick any more. So, here we have a wonderful lesson to learn, dear children, that if you hurt others, one day you too will be hurt. Hari would hurt all the children, but he realized the pain only when he was hurt by the crabs and the lobsters. He realized how painful it was and made up his mind not to hurt the other children anymore. Thank you.